Hey guys, it's Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. So today I wanted to continue my palette bingo series, and this time we're going to be using the e.l.f. Opposites Attract palette. This palette is not new to my collection. I think I've had it for almost a year now. You scratching? And this is the second palette bingo that I've done. The first one was coincidentally also an e.l.f. palette, their Earth and Ocean palette, and I kind of wanted to do this one next because it has so many colors in it. I thought it would be fun to see what we can come up with. So what I do is I pull up my Pretty Random app and I put 1 through 18. The way I'm going to be numbering them is the first row is 1 through 6, the second row is 7 through 12, and the third row is 13 through 18. So let's go ahead and pick some colors. So the first number I got is 7, and that is from the warm tone side, the shade Bold. It is a really pretty peachy copper shade. Next we got 2, also warm toned, and that is Spicy, which is more of a bronzy gold. That. Next I got 1, so that's the very first shade. Oh nice, that's the shade Fresh, which is this matte light beige color. It looks like it would be like a light cream color, but it actually is kind of the perfect crease shade for me. It's ever so slightly darker than my skin tone, so I can't use it as a brow bone highlight, but it's perfect for just starting out the crease. So that is likely what I'll use that shade for. Next, got 2 again, so we already got 2, that was Spicy. 4 is the shade Low Key, and that is a duochrome white pink. Very similar to the shade Cube in the Subculture palette. And that shade I like using in the inner corner or almost as a topper shade because it is pretty sheer. So far a pretty decent selection. Let's pick our 5th and final color. Got 2 again. Wow, the universe really wants us to use Spicy. Okay. 11, which one is that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, so that is a deep chocolate brown, the shade Smooth, from that cool tone side. Alright, so I feel like this is kind of an easy little color palette. I don't think it'll be too difficult to create a look out of this. But I feel like there's a few different directions I could go. I definitely want that Bold shade, the first shade we got, to be our main color because it's kind of the most interesting color. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I did already do foundation, concealer, powder, and brows, and I primed my eyelids as usual with the Ulta Matte Eye Primer in Nude. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out the crease with the obvious shade, which is Fresh. That's the 3rd color that I got. Next I'm going to take Smooth, which is that dark brown, and slowly start to build that up in just the crease with a slightly smaller brush. This is my e.l.f. crease brush. Just going back with that fluffier crease brush and blending that all together. I almost want to make this a halo eye with that Low Key shade just in the center of my lid with Bold all over. I'm gonna try that. Let's try it. So I'm just gonna pat Bold all across the lid from the inner corner to the outer corner. It's not often that I put such a reddish color all over my lid. Sometimes I think it can make me look a little bit sickly, but I'm thinking we can make it work. Now I'm taking a small shader brush from Real Techniques in the shade Low Key, and I'm just going to start building that on the center of my lid. I might try to just use my finger now, see if I can build it up anymore. Oh yeah, that's a little better. I'm just going to go back in with that shader brush and kind of blend the edges of that halo by just flicking it back and forth on the edges. And then I'm going to take my crease brush and blend the crease a little bit. And I'm going to go back into Fresh and just blend that crease a little bit more. I don't really like the way that Low Key is looking in the center, so I think I'm just gonna use that as a topper all over the lid instead of just the center, because it's just not showing up how I want it to. So I'm just gonna use it as a transformer shade to lighten up Bold. I think that'll work better. It's actually looking really cool as a transformer shade over Bold because it's essentially just turning it into a duochrome. So now I want to take a little bit of Spicy, which is the bronze. It's the only color I haven't used yet, and pack a little bit of that in the outer corner. And then I'm also going to take a little bit more of Spicy and smudge it along the lower lash line. And now it's time to clean up the edges a little bit. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder and use that to blend out the edges and just clean things up a little bit. I actually really like this look. It's very warm, very autumnal. I'm going to take a little bit more of Low Key and just take that around the inner corner to brighten up that area. I think I want to do a little bit of winged liner too. I've been wearing winged liner a lot lately because my NYX Epic Ink Liner is in my project pan, but also because I've just been liking the look of winged liner, just a nice sharp wing. And then I'm just going to apply some of the Jordana Best Lash Extreme Mascara. And don't forget, we also have to do cheeks and lips because I haven't done any of that yet. Alright, time to warm up my complexion. So for bronzer, I'm going to use my Milani Baked Bronzer in Dolce. And then also for Milani, the blush I want to use is their powder blush in Romantic Rose. Love this one. One of my all-time favorite blushes. I feel like it'll go nicely with this eye look. This blush really makes me think of like autumn and winter. I got a little heavy-handed, so I'm gonna go over that just lightly with the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder. It's really a translucent powder, but it does a great job toning things down and just blending things out. The highlighter I want to use is Becca Champagne Pop. Really nice and warm, and I think it'll go well with this very warm eye look. It's very windy and very rainy outside, and I love it. It's my favorite kind of weather. Only thing that's missing is thunder and lightning. It's my favorite too. I just love this highlighter. It's probably one of my favorite makeup discoveries of 2019. I know it's not new to the market, but it is new to me this year, and I love it. Spritz with a little Pixie Glow Mist, even though I already put on mascara and eyeliner, but oh well. All right, ooh, I'm looking nice and glowy. For the lips, I think I'm gonna do this e.l.f. Tinted Lip Oil in Raspberry Truffle Kiss. It's like a brick red. I think it'll finish off this nice autumnal look really nicely. When I first got this, I was kind of skeptical because it's kind of a dark color to be in the form of a lip oil. It's really more like a gloss, but it just has a little bit more of an oily texture as opposed to like a sticky one, but it actually works really well. And then I might top it with the Profusion Sparkling Lip Topper in Frolic, just to increase the shine a little bit. All right, so that is the final look with those 5 random shades. I really like how this turned out. I never topped Bold with Low Key before, but I really like the way that turned it into this like frosty duochrome pink shade. And I think it toned down the redness of Bold just a little bit, which is kind of what I was worried about because I do really like that color. It's just that sometimes when that's all over my lid, it can really make my eyes look red. So I think I'll definitely keep that little trick in mind. I really like that they include a shade like that in this palette because it just adds so much versatility. You can, I mean, you could pretty much top any shade you want with that color and it will just transform it because it's a transformer shade. So yeah, really happy with this look. I love this palette. If you didn't already know, it's one of my favorite palettes. And I just think e.l.f. does such a great job with their 18 pan palettes. I have 3 of them. I think this one is really fun. I think I mean, I love it, but I also think that it would be great for people with deeper skin tones as well because for me, it does lean kind of dark. You do get more medium and dark shades than you do light shades. And so for that reason, I think it might be extra useful if you struggle sometimes to find shades that are dark enough for your skin tone, this one might be a good option to check out. But I think that is it for today's palette bingo. I hope you enjoyed. I definitely want to continue this series with whatever palette you want to see next, so just let me know. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, definitely make sure you go ahead and do that. I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, so I'd love to see you again very soon, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.